Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we look at another indie game. This time we're checking out Cornucopia. This game was developed by small developer Subconscious Games and is a title I've been following for some time. So when they reached out for me to have a look, I eagerly accepted. Cornucopia takes inspiration from games like Stardew Valley, and it offers farming, base building, relationship mechanics, and even a bit of dungeon exploration. There is a ton of content to be found here, and I'm going to check out the first part of the campaign and let you know what my thoughts are. Let's have a look at Cornucopia. Now, I've been playing this game a fair bit, so we're going to skip the early game tutorial and just get right into the meat of the game. So the first thing we're going to do is to name our farm, and with all my farms, I like to call them GoTech. And we're going to add some basic customization to our farmer, nothing special. I usually like to dress in black, but I can. Excellent. So we'll go red and black. That's my beautiful. My preferred with some dark grey shoes. Perfect. You can also go, you can go an adult or a child or male or female, and those choices are actually pretty important because it can depend on who you can get married to, what sort of relationships you can have. It's all really meaningful, your decisions in the game. And I really like that. I like the customization too. I wish there was a little bit more choice in your clothes and your hair and face, but you know, it's a minor issue. So we are basically a person who took a bit of a spill in the local mine, an adventurer, and as a result we were brought back by the townsfolk, and to repay their kindness we've agreed to restore this farm. Now the first thing I like about this game is of course graphics, and I also like the way that you can set your viewpoint however you want. So how far you want to zoom in, and what sort of angle you want to tilt the camera on. So you can go full 2D if you want, or you can go for this 2.5D view that's common in other farming games. So this is my favourite way to play the game. So the first thing we need to do is we need to start getting ourselves some stone, and of course anyone who's played survival games is going to immediately know what that stone is for. It is, of course, for a forge. I also want to clean this area out because we're going to start planting crops here. Beautiful. We've got ourselves enough to create a simple forge. So let's go do that now. And we shall place it right next to our home. And I'm going to bust out some resources for the forge. Boom, boom, boom. And then it's going to cook that stone, Minecraft style. And while we wait for that, I'm going to start clearing the land, because this is where we're going to start what will hopefully be a large and prosperous farm. Now we want to collect a lot of this grass because the plant fibers are what we use for manure. Or for compost, I should say. The compost is very important because the ground in its current state is not very fertile. We're going to have to do something about that. And the fertility of each part of the ground determines what sort of stuff you can grow. There's different soil types, there's different soil fertility levels. You have to worry about pH, you have to worry about nitrate levels. And to be honest, I fully haven't gotten all of the mechanics under my belt yet myself, but I've figured out enough to get a small, respectable farm going and a reasonable profit after the first few days. So hopefully I can give you a little bit of advice that'll help you when you get this game to make your early game experience a bit easier. I do recommend that you do the tutorial. I, of course, have skipped it because I've done it already, but beautiful. We've got a bit of a... Excellent. We've got some blocks there. Let's bust some more in here. And the next thing we need to do is get ourselves some logs. Now, much like the other farming games, we do have an energy meter. As you can see, it's kind of bottoming out. I may have been a little bit too ambitious in my clearing efforts. I do not have anything to... Yeah, I don't have anything to increase my energy. So what we may need to do is come into our home here. And I'm going to stow whatever food I've got. Not really a hell of a lot. I can eat mint. That can go in here. Yeah, nothing really. Bupkis. Okay, so let's get some sleep. I love the hand-drawn artwork in the game too. There's the loading screens are done in hand-drawn art, and the rest of the game is done in this pixel art / card style 2D art, which I really love. The visuals of this game are what was the thing that the first got me interested in playing it. And obviously visuals alone don't make a good game, but thankfully the game also has some really good farming mechanics. In fact, probably some of the most detailed farming mechanics that I've played since Stardew Valley. So I'm just going to clear this little area here. Obviously this is a huge area to clear. I can't do it all in one day. But having one little spot we can start to farm in. This little spot here I think will do us quite nice. There's of course different crops that you can harvest, and you've got your food crops and also utility crops as well. You're growing things like plant fibers, growing things like trees. Obviously the amount of trees we've got, we're going to need a lot of wood, so going to try and bust out all these rocks. And you can see my energy is starting to get a bit low, but I'm pretty happy with that. We've got a pretty big spot here, and we've got beautiful. So all this spot here we can now use. I'm going to place my saw next. Beautiful. And then what we'll do is we're going to bust some wood out into this. Fantastic. Actually, I probably should move that. Oh, once that's done, I'll move it. So we just have to process some logs in here. I might as well get some more of those. We need a lot of wood. Now, of course, everything in the game has skills. You can see that as I've been chopping down trees, my lumberjack skill's gone up. And I'm going to till some land. I'll start getting a crop going. Nothing special. There we go. Beautiful. So the next thing we need to do is to ship the goods that we have, and to do that we're going to need some repairs to the shipping bin. So we just get those and those. Beautiful. So So now we've repaired this, we can start filling it up with all the good stuff that we grow and get a bit of money. But before we worry about that, we need to get our compost bin, because this is going to be one of our most useful tools. I'm just going to move this. Beautiful. The compost bin is our go-to for getting good quality soil. And we have a look here using our magnifying glass tool. I should have one about here somewhere. I do not have one yet. That's okay. We can see how much the ground has in quality soil. And the worse the soil, obviously the lower chance we're going to be able to grow something of value. So trees are going to go here. They're going to grow. Trees take a long time to grow, so we want to try and get a farm going as soon as I can. And I'm going to craft some, hopefully, if I have the ability to. There we go. So I can make some. Beautiful. So what I did was I used some of the wood that I had left over and I've made some saplings out of that. And that's just going to allow us to have a more sustainable operation. Planting more trees. I'll go around the world finding more logs and busting out more trees. Beautiful. We've got some compost. We need to till the soil. You want to try and focus on a very small farm at first. Don't get overconfident and try and have a big honking farm because it's just too hard to manage. Beautiful. So now we've got the compost and we're going to use some of that compost in a minute. I'm just going to bust out some more. So I've got some seeds here. Nothing special. Fertilizer conditions. We can see here that we've got some fertilizer. This is good. This is good. This is not good. This is good. Okay, so this is really bad, this one. And this horrible clay, I can probably fix that. With a little bit of... There we go. And you can see here that this should hopefully be a bit better. With enough compost, we can repair this. There we go. And this may actually now be good enough for me to plant. Oh, there we go, see? So a little bit of compost. We've now got a patch of soil that's good enough for us to use for farming. I would like to make this bigger, of course, but... There we go. So let's get some rest. It's been a long day. Well, it's only 2 in the afternoon, but we're out of energy, and later on we'll be able to do something about that, but for now, we need to just use sleep to restore our health. Once we get some food, we'll be able to use the food to restore our health, but for right now, we just don't have the food to spare. We haven't been able to grow any. We will eventually. So let's see what else we can plant, because it's wanting us to plant more. So this is done. This is done. Beautiful. Now, one thing I forgot to do, very unwisely so, I didn't water the plants, so they're not going to grow. There we go. So you really need to pay attention to the different patches. These different colours mean something. Different soil types. You've got silt, you've got loam, you've got clay, and you've got sand. And in some cases, you want the different types of soil because different types of crops, of course, prefer different soil. Must just soak all of these, see if there's anything else I can put in the ground. I believe I've planted everything I can. This prefers sandy soil, not met. So it would be a waste to plant this somewhere because anywhere I plant it, it's going to die. Beautiful. So these will grow random plants. Sometimes you'll get something like a vegetable, and sometimes you'll just get a flower or something. And you can use pretty much everything in the game. What I can do, though, is have a look and see. There we go. We want to try and keep up with that compost, keep busting it out. The more compost we use, because you can use compost several times on a plot and gradually bring up its value of the land. So let's just use the rest of this day to whoops. Use the rest of this day. Oh, there we go. To cut down the rest of the trees, we have some more trees that I can grow. And of course, different trees can give you different types of wood. So it is nice to have a bit of a varied farm. But at the start of the game, honestly, you just want to get stuff in the ground, grow your crops, and get whatever you can. So let's use some more of our crafting expertise. The next thing I'm going to want to do is to create this where is it? The seed. There's a seed creator you can use to extract seeds. Let me just get some ash trees for now. Beautiful. So now we've got the beginnings of a very small farm. You know, it's nothing special, but once those trees are fully grown, we can cut them down. And the thing too, with plants, don't use your scythe on plants. Like these, only on grass, because you can pull these out of the ground, and if you use a scythe on a plant or a vegetable, you'll actually just cut it and you'll only get a bit of grass. You won't actually get the plant itself, it will wipe it out. So this is for clearing grass and grass only. I'm going to try and collect these flowers, because you can eat flowers too. If you get hungry, you get desperate, you can smash down a flower, it will give you a bit of energy. And you also get plant materials, and that's just more stuff you can put in the composter. We want to get as much compost as we can right now. That's going to get a nice big fertile plot of land. Beautiful. You can see everything's going very well here. I'm going to bust some more in here, and have I got any logs? I have. And I probably should want to get some stone in there too. Beautiful. Everything's chugging along real nice. I've got a little bit of energy left, so let's just round this out by, and this is a nice big area we've got set up here. We can get another farm down here. This will probably be that'll be food. This will be trees, and down here will probably be you can get apple trees. So food trees and wood trees. So you can get apple trees, berry bushes, all that stuff. Of course, they're really, really excellent. Oh, there we go. We've got a bush. Speaking of which, and these are great because you can just pick the berries straight off them. Excellent. As you can see, we've leveled up our gardening. Oh, and yeah, we're tired. So it is early in the day, and we've kind of tuckered ourselves out, but that's okay. Okay, let's get some rest. So the next thing we need to do is, I mean, these are going to take a while to grow, but what we will do is we'll make sure they're nice and watered. Eventually we can automate this via irrigation and sprinklers and so forth, but just for now, it's all by hand. And there's a well over here where we can refill our watering can. Beautiful. Now, one of the things really cool in the game is as you get level ups and experience, you get these mystery prizes, and some of them are really cool. Compost, that sounds really good, or gem. Obviously, gem's what we want. We can chuck, what we can do is we can chuck the gems into the crate here, because they're worth a ton of money. 900 beans, that's not too bad. Anything else is high value we can sell. $5. No, nothing really that jumps out at me. I guess we can sell some of these flowers. They, apart from giving us a bit of energy, they will... That's not too bad. Another 100 beans. Get some rest. And look at that, a cool 900 beans while we're asleep. So everything you put into that box, the mailman will come and sell, and then you get the money from it. We can use that money to go buy some proper seeds. But before we do, let's go check out the chicken farm. This is the man who saved us. My stars, the place is brimming with potential. A woman's touch can truly work wonders. Well, we're single at the moment, but you can actually get married. You can have children and a family, much like the other games like Stardew Valley. Right now, that's not really a big priority for me because I don't even have a house to live in. We have more pressing concerns. So our old friend has given us access to a chicken, and the chickens are the chads of this game. Chickens can do basic tasks for you, and they can even fight, and no joke, they make damn good fighters. Chickens can break rocks, fell trees, and even lend a hand in battle, and yes, they are quite capable if you get a fully grown chicken. Okay, so they're heading off, and we have a new pet companion who's going to be helping us out, and since I did call him a Chad, your name, I dubbed thee, is Chad. Now, we can feed the chicken. We do have a few goodies that we can feed him. And I got an achievement. Excellent. So, little chicken's happy, and of course, once we can actually take him with us. Let's get Chad to come with us. Come on, Chad. You can help me around the farm. Okay, so we can't really do much with these, except maybe get them a bit of water. Beautiful. All of our crops are nicely watered. I might be able to grow more. What I'll do is get another row down here. Okay, and let's just check out what the quality of the soil is. I need some more seeds. Fertilizer conditions. Okay, so the two on the end aren't any good. So what I can do is use my... There we go. I've used the compost I've been gathering just to improve the soil quality, and now we can craft some... Let's craft some... I can't make the seeds yet. Oh, there we go. Spruce tree saplings. I want actual, like, plant saplings. I guess I can't make them yet. That's okay. We'll be able to get plenty on the road. So our loyal friend Munger wants some food. And the dog's actually pretty handy, so we're going to try and do his quests, but more importantly I want to get my chicken friend going, because he can actually help us when we're in the dungeons. He head forth with that army of chickens. But let's feed our dog for now. That will keep him happy for now. You're back on your feet and full of energy. Don't forget I was the one who saved you back there. Remember, small ships stick to shallow waters. Hey, and the galleons get to sail the open sea. Well, we'll see about that. I navigate any sea, no matter how dangerous. Hell yeah. I got Chad with me. A formidable vessel needs a daring captain. Stay away from those treacherous mines. Now, this is one piece of advice that's actually worth heeding. You need proper lighting in the mine, and you probably need some decent supplies too. I'm not suited for those daring rescue missions. He helped rescue us at the start of the game. And he's given us a cooking pot that we can use to cook some recipes. And he's given us some scratch cards. You're not planning on going back in there, are you? I can't comment. I might be. Keep in mind those mines are no place for inexperienced adventurers. It's safer to stick to the comfort of your stove. You just relax. You don't worry about me. I know what I'm doing. I mean, sure, I could pay you a visit, but who could resist the old world charm of penning and letters? You know those enticing quests on the right-hand side of your screen. They're your golden ticket to a flourishing farm. And what our friend Rufus has given us is a tumbler. Now the other thing we have to do is to go to some of the events in the town. There is a social aspect to the game, and eventually if we make good friends with the town people, we can find some people to help us. We can eventually find that special person, get married, have kids, or not. I mean, the game, there's a lot of choice in this game. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to place down our new toy, the Tumbler. And I'm not talking about the Batman's Batmobile. This is a device that will allow me to find clusters of rocks and to sift through them. And this will give us a very nice way to get some rare and valuable gems. And some of those gems can be quite expensive and quite rare. So I'm just going to pop the cooking pot at home. We've got everything set up now. Beautiful. Now, we don't have any recipes yet, but we do have some cards. I'm going to show you the card system now. We've got these recipe scratch cards. And what we do is, much like in Australia, we have what they're called scratchies. The cards, you scratch the card and you get a random item. And in this case, we have a couple of recipes that are being unlocked. And if we go to the stove and we look in the recipe book, we will now have a unlocked recipe. And you can see here, there is a bunch of items that we do not have access to. So, of course, we cannot use them yet. So let's have a look in here. Seafood paella. One of my favorite bits of food, actually. And coconut sugar. Excellent. Well, let's go and see what else we've got here. A waffle ice cream sandwich. Now, some of these recipes are quite involved. So, you know, cooking in the game is something it's nice, but it's something you probably do later after. Let's go and check these scratchies out. This is a really nice touch to the game too. It's just a really simple mechanic, giving you these little prizes that will help you on your way. Oh, and we got another scratchy. I think this is our last one. Some of these are actually pretty good. You'll get some really good gear out of them. Right now, at the moment, we need stuff to sell. Rare gems, valuable food, fisher work. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So let's go and use some of our energy in town. What I'm going to do though is the stuff that we don't really need, I'm going to place into the shipping bin. So the fish is nice, but I'd rather sell anything that we can use, anything valuable, because I can't cook anything yet. And also, that's going to give me some money for seeds. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to go into town and I need to buy some goodies. So I'm going to just empty up my inventory a little bit. Okay. And I think that ought to do the trick. Oh, I can tumble an ice cluster. Okay, we'll do that when we come back. So the next goal is I need a ton of plant fibers because, as you can tell, the plots of land I've got are not very fertile. So we want to make a ton of compost. And on the way, I want to buy some seeds. So when we actually do have a farm that can grow proper food, we can start planting some... Whoop. Oh, the festival's on, is it? Ah, the spring planting festival's on. Let's go and let's go check that out. Because there's all these fun little events that will pop up as you go, and you want to try and head to them if you can, because they're worth going to. You'll make lots of friends, and you'll also have the opportunity to talk to some of the townspeople and compete in little events and games that will give you a nice bonus. So I just had to find my way to the top of the town. I think I may have taken a wrong turn here. Unfortunately, we can't. This is someone else's farm, so we can't just go in and take all this. I would like to steal some crops for myself, but let's head back this way. Here we go. Wrong turn. So everyone's having a bit of a party here. Everyone's all chilling. We can go and talk to the mayor. Go and talk to some of the people. And we can try and blow ourselves up too. So here, by talking to different people, we'll get we'll get to know some of the town. Vincent, he's our friend Winter, who was not really our biggest fan. Thinking we're not big and strong enough to take on the mines ourselves, we'll be proving him wrong. So all of the town people have their own personal quirks and little things that they like and dislike, and learning some of this can help you with some of the tasks they'll get you to do. The crate is packed with a potent blend of vegetable seeds and high-powered explosives. We launch it into the sky and set off an explosion. Well, that sounds incredibly safe. When you're ready to end the festival with a bang and launch the crate, give it a click. What could go wrong? A crate full of explosives and vegetables. I just get the mental image of like people just getting blown away, like, you know, carrots just like ripping through people, or, you know, getting like your skull blown open by a strawberry. But I don't think it's that sort of game, to be fair. So what we can do is we can also participate in some of the games. This one is a good old target shooting exercise. Now, I've played a lot of Gunsmith Simulator, so I've had a little bit of practice here. Trying to go for the high score. Not too bad if I do say so myself. Smoking this. Whoa, new festival score of 81. We just smoked the festival high score. Let's go check out some of the other games. Now, this one's a bit tougher. Oh, no, let's try that again. Red, blue, blue, red. Blue, 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 red, 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 green, blue. Green, red, red, green, blue, red. Well, that's... I don't know what I did wrong there. Let's try one more time. Green, blue, red. No, I'm not doing it fast enough, obviously. Yeah. Well, that one's a bit harder than the target practice one, probably because I'm more inclined to, let's say, the target shooting challenges are something I'm a bit more skilled at. So, ooh, a raspberry bush. That actually sounds pretty good. We can actually grow our own raspberries. That actually sounds like it might be worth it. And we've got the money, so I'm going to purchase that. Growing our own vegetables, obviously something very, very worth doing. I think I've tried everything at the event. I guess it's time to try our luck with the crate of explosives and vegetables. Good thing this seed delivery crate, this looks so safe. Has a long fuse. I'm great with explosives. Yeah, let's get the kid to help. You're not old enough. Let's stay back. Mom, why won't you let me play with the high-powered explosives? What could possibly go wrong? I mean, this guy doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. I think we used too many bombs this year. You think? Red goes to green, not red to more red. These blockheads are one spark away from making the town a charcoal sketch. Okay, let's quietly step back. He's colorblind. Oh, this is gonna end. This is gonna end real well. Everyone take cover. This could be the shortest game in history. I should have never have let Roger rig up the device. So thankfully, apart from some, maybe a few singed hairs, no one got wiped out. And we've got some good new plants to set up, so let's do that now. Use our raspberry bush. So I'm going to plant this down here. This is where our food is going to go. And blackberry bushes. Excellent. So these will eventually grow, and then we'll have some fruit that we can pull straight off those bushes. And that's growing well. And let's get some. Beautiful. Now we've got a bit of time before nightfall. Welcome to the neighborhood. There's vending machines on the second floor of the game hall, selling sorts of things. Okay. A little side hustle. I'm excited for you to try out these scratch cards. So the scratch cards are what we've already tried. They are worth getting. If you can get these, they've got some really good prizes. But I'm going to head out of here, and we're going to go and try. Now a new day has dawned. I'm going to try and. Oh no, our friend, the postman. Oh dear. I've misplaced an essential parcel. Any ideas on where it may be? Will you be able to help me? So our friend has lost his parcels. I am going to help him out because I believe it's a pretty good reward. But we're going to go and check out the farming shop, and I'm going to buy some supplies because we need some seeds. I can grow these really basic seeds, but I want to get some fruits and vegetables. Now Stanley's back. Check this out. Seems like Penelope has a parcel. For me, truly? Who could it be from? Perhaps a secret admirer. I mean, it's a small town. I'm sure they'd be able to figure out who it's from. Don't fret, I was curious and opened it myself. Well, it's nice to know the mailman has some liberties with the mail he's distributing. You shouldn't be prying into my daughter's mail. I believe there's a regulation to get. I believe there's laws against that. Actually, some pretty serious laws going through people's mail. One of the benefits of my profession, well, it's a good thing you're in a small town, man, because You'd be spending some time in a jail cell pulling that. I must be going. Got more mail to go through. I mean, deliver. Yeah, she's one step ahead. So once our friend heads on his way, we can now... The mystery item. Just see anything, unlock anything I've seen. I don't know, if someone was sending me little seeds in the mail, I'd probably be worrying it might be something a bit more nefarious. This is the last of its kind. Okay, so we need to go to the library too, but for right now, or we can buy beer. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Give me the beer, baby. I'm an Australian. I know where my priority's at. Oh, and I guess I'll buy some onions as well. Probably should grow something that's not alcoholic based. At least pretend to be responsible. There we go. I'll hang on to a little bit of money, but for now that should do us the trick. Over here we go. Over here is where all the goodies are. There are trees, there are bushes, and what we're going to do is we're just going to gather all of the seeds and the grass that I can get. This, of course, compost. Hello, I'm Charlotte. Isn't life just beautiful? I guess she must be one of the dairy farmers. Now, trying to prioritize farming supplies because we don't have a lot to sell right now. We don't have a lot of goodies to sell, and I want to try and get some more crops in the ground. We can cut down some of these trees too, get the wood and get some more tree saplings. Because trees take a very long time to grow in this game. Very long time. So you want to try and get a tree farm going as soon as you can. And I'll get some of these stones. Now you can see the little chicken, he'll actually get to work. He'll cut trees down for you. I didn't call him Chad for nothing. He will totally bust down a tree. No problem at all. He'll only do simple stuff like cutting trees, and he can't pick stuff up for you, of course. You've got to do that yourself. Plants do grow back over time. You can see them starting to grow back there. It's a very slow process, but... Now, we're getting a bit tired, and you want to make sure you don't overdo it, because if you actually push yourself too hard when you're tired, you will collapse. Okay, yeah, time to head back on home. We're nearly out of energy. We've got a good set of stuff. What we can do is make some more compost and start to expand our little farm. There's something you want to do in the early game as much as you can. We can do a bit of fishing too. I'll probably try and do that once we've got our first load of vegetables out in the go. Let's see what. Oh, I've met this guy, Curie. It looks like one of those Japanese turtle monsters, like out of the old Monkey series. Hello, you farmer. I'd love you stop. Well, I already did. Oh, and she's given us some seeds. Excellent. So we're pretty well sorted out. We've got some seeds. We've got some trees. We've got... Oh, look at that. Now this here, what we found is worth an absolute mozza. So these things here, emerald, see? 1400 beans. So what we can do is I can go and put that in the storage box, and that will sort us out for money for a very, very long time. So we put the stuff in here, valuable stuff here, and aquamarine, we can refine that as well. All this stuff here is not worth a lot of money. Yeah, most of the stuff in the game you have to process it for it to be worth anything. Beautiful. So we don't really have anything right now. So what we can do is we can chuck this in the tumbler, and hopefully we'll get more of those emeralds. We've got a ton of compost, so we're going to use that up now. Let's have a look at some of the seeds that we can plant. So you can see we haven't got any thing that is worth being able to plant. So what I can do is I'm going to get all of my fertilizer and just... Okay, and let's just check out. Did that... Yeah, still wasn't enough. So unfortunately, we're going to have to get a lot of fertilizer before we can make the land good enough to use these seeds here. We're going to have to use the low quality seeds that we find in the wild. Occasionally we will get things like lettuce and that, but it's random. Whereas if you use named seeds, like if I plant lettuce seeds, I know I'm going to get lettuce. If I plant carrots, I'm going to get carrots. So this stuff, these are the high quality seeds you have to purchase. We can make these rough seeds, and all that happens is, though, we get a random plant. It could be a good plant. It could just be more fiber. It could be nothing. So it's a bit of a risk, but you can make tons and tons of the stuff. So all you need is plant fibers, and of course we've gotten a ton of those. Excellent. So on that note, I think I've given you a pretty good introduction to the game. We've planted some trees, we've planted some crops, we've built some basic machinery to refine our minerals, to smelt, to cut wood, and to create compost. And from here, all we have to do is just keep going out into the world, collecting what we need, coming back here, and gradually this farm will increase in size. And once the farm is big enough and we have started making a bit of money and we've got some resources behind us, we can cook some meals to take with us, we can then hit the dungeons. But in terms of introduction to the game, I hope you found this to be useful, and I hope that it encourages you to go and check this game out for yourself. This is a really fantastic game for anyone who enjoyed Stardew Valley, or if you're into games like Potion Permit, which I've also looked at. This is a really, really good choice. It has a really unique look. It has some very deep farming mechanics. There's a lot of content in the game. We've only scratched the surface, so in terms of value, I think this game is definitely one that is worth your time. You're going to get many dozens of hours of fun out of this. If you like games like Stardew Valley, I mean, it's a no-brainer. So thank you to the developer for letting me have a look at the game, and if you like this video, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.